Good morning, traders. It's Barry Wilkie with StartupTrading.com. It is 12 minutes till 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Monday, August 25th. So before we get into technical analysis, just let's get a look at what's on the plate for the week. Nothing really today. Uh, Great Britain, London is on holiday today, a bank holiday. So, there's not going to be as much liquidity in the market as there normally would be up until the euro close. So, I'm not expecting, a whole lot. And you can see in the overnight session, really nothing has gone on. We've just kind of drifted down lower. Um, so, durable goods tomorrow at 8:30. Uh, and then Wednesday after the bell is probably the biggest event for the week. It's Nvidia, right? That's gonna move the market for sure, at least in oscillation, if nothing else. But the narrative that their demand is decreasing, I don't think it's on the table. How strong is it? Whatever. But they're not going away anytime soon. And then as you look at maybe we get a little bit of reset on the pricing one way or the other. Looking at Thursday, then GDP, and then Friday core PCE. So that's really your docket. So not a lot going on Monday and Tuesday. Uh, Tomorrow we got durable goods, and then that's it. So between now and tomorrow morning at 8:30, not a whole lot of anything is going on. We're up to about a 83, 84% chance of a rate cut uh, on September 17th, which they're gonna cut. And then you're looking at every other meeting for 2 or 3 meetings. Uh, Looking at Friday's action now, right? We were kind of consolidating, uh, you know, dumping down all week, and then we had that push up with Powell's speech, and then we just kind of flagged and went sideways. Uh, One thing that we can look at that I didn't throw up here is this. So, basically, what we had was when Powell come on the mic, right? We went up 290 points, uh, come back down 50, went up another 113, back down 100, up 155, and that was basically around the high area of the day, and then just basically drifting from there and about 140 points lower throughout the day, zigzagging back and forth there. And as we, look at what that did to structure on Friday, we got some signal prints on the Russell and the Dow. Then we all had huge. I didn't even mark the shadow box because it would look ridiculous on the charts. But between these thick orange lines or whatever the color they are that Toss gives you when for your viewing pleasure when you download it, that's all signal prints from the Powell meeting. So really, if I was going to title a video, it would be how much of the Powell spike do we take back today, and then we'll have to see. Looking at untested points of control, remember Thursday we were at 63.88. For the point of control, and then Friday's point of control was 64.84, basically. So almost 100 points between those two. And then as we look at what happened, if you put a little downtrend on these session highs for the NQ, you can see all we did was ran back up into it on the NQ. The ES, got close to making another incremental high, but it just got up to the top of the balance area and then went back down. So as we look at where we're at now, you got the NQ and the ES slightly into that FOMC spike. The Dow just briefly touching it. The Russell, no deal yet, no bueno, right? And then as we look at for today, and then you'll gonna want to watch your the VIX as well. Keep in mind we got down to 15 last week, and then we spiked up to 19 before that Powell speech on Friday. So looking at Really, for today, the call wall for the Qs is 575. With the long term, that's for the day, and then for the week and longer term, at this point in time, it's 580. Right, and then the put wall for the day is all the way down at 560, and then there's a large gamma at 565. So, and then there's actually a decent size at 567. So that's really what I would be watching for, and that would take back most of the Powell spike right around that 567. I wouldn't look for anything much lower than that today. Uh, and then, there's a fairly good chance that we don't even see that. Then looking at the SPY, the call wall for the day is up here at 647. That's only 22 points higher than where we are right now. So that would only be about 5 points over Friday's close. That would be about 5 points into the positive session. So that would still be, right around the overnight high, and still, not yet getting over that Friday's high either. And then as we look at the long-term call wall and the call wall for the week, you're up at 650 here, and then just going down. So the put wall is at 640. That would be basically around 35 points on the ES under where we're currently trading. And then looking at the cash market, right? The cash market has a little bit more wiggle room, but you're looking at you know, 6,500 is still the call wall for the week and the day, and then coming back down, uh, the call wall. I'm sorry, is for the long term, and the 650 is the or 6,500 rather is the call wall for the long term and the week. 6650 is the call wall for today. I would not look for you to trade that. Someone just sold a large position up there, getting a couple pennies for each one because they thought it was easy money, which it probably will be, because the chances of closing above that are slim to none at this point in time, I would say. And then looking at the support for today, the week, and everything else, you're looking at 6,300. That's not. I don't think that's in play for today either. That'd be a you know, probably about a 150-point drop from where we're currently trading right now. That would be well under Thursday's low as well. I don't see that happening. So what I'll just be watching for today, remember London's not there, so there's not going to be as much action, as much liquidity, as much money. Just kind of sitting here. You can see the Qs are parked right on 570, large gamma. I'm probably looking at, potentially plus or minus 80 points from where we're at is all I'm looking for today. I don't, if you get more than that, you get more than that. But to be honest with you, a run one way or the other, and that's all I'm going to be doing today. I'm not going to be looking for anything spectacular to happen. Uh, as we also, it would be perfectly normal for us to digest in the upper end of Friday's area. So I'm sure Jack will get into it, but I'll slide it over here as well for now because sometimes on Mondays he starts a little bit later. But uh, these midpoint, you can see we're right at the upper mid, as he calls it right now, on the ES and the NQ. So I would think that the mid would be defended if you get down to it. And I would watch, it seems like the ES is a slightly more technical uh, on that indicator than the NQ is at this point in time. But keep in mind, the NQ is just parked on 570 on that large gamma. So I would not chase on an initial run below these midpoints. I don't think that you're going to get any traction below there. And the VIX is really going to have to be just one time framing up. So, if you do trade below the mid, which I would be hands off, if you cross back above it, I would want to look for long instances. after that for at least a scalp. I hope this helps. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to be out and about helping out a friend today on and off, so I'll be in and out today. But trade safe, be well, and remember, liquidity is going to be a little bit different because of the euros, not euros, but London is not in session today. You take care, and I will talk to you tomorrow. We'll see what Jack's looking at here in a little bit.